Do you think that trans people should have to wear their assigned at birth gendered uniforms?
No.
Do you think that trans people who have not gone through any surgeries yet, use their assigned at birth gendered bathrooms instead of their identified gendered bathrooms?
I believe that yes, they should be able to choose what bathroom they use, but there should also be the choice of a gender-neutral one, as most people may not be comfortable with sharing a bathroom with a trans person if they're aware, or some people may not feel safe if they are trans and people are aware and going into certain bathrooms.
Do you think that if someone's trans, they should have to disclose that they're trans?
No, it should not have to be disclosed. It shouldn't matter at all whether or not a person is trans. That's just not an issue to be really touched.
Okay. How do you feel about the opinion of needing gender dysphoria to be trans?
Absolutely, yes, you do. There's a lot of proof behind it. I understand if not everybody believes it. It is a very big argument in a certain part of the LGBT community. But personally, and really I'm speaking from more of a scientific point, that you do need it because if you attempt to transition without dysphoria, like going on hormones and your body starts changing into that way, that's going to give you dysphoria. So it's okay if you don't if you don't feel like you're necessarily your gender, that's cool. But if you don't feel dysphoria, it's better not to transition.
Okay, so only 18 states have banned youth conversion therapy, Maine doing so just a week ago. How do you feel about only 18 states you don't have to go to a conversion camp?
That's a big yikes.
So, do you think that trans people should have to wear their assigned at birth gendered uniforms, such as a girl wearing a skirt despite identifying as a guy?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate?
Yes, can you?
So, I have a friend whose child, from the time that the child was 2 or 3 years old, refused to wear a skirt. Mm-hmm. So, she was biologically born a girl, but has never wanted to wear a skirt. Wants all boys clothes, all boys toys, and it makes her cry and have extreme anxiety if she has to put on girl clothes. So I don't understand what the purpose of it would be to force her to wear clothes that as a 4 or 5-year-old makes her really upset.
Okay. Next one. Do you think that trans people should use their assigned at birth bathrooms instead of their identified bathrooms or a gender-neutral space, such as a nurse's office or a teacher's lounge bathroom?
Well, I think that having to use a gender-neutral space is rather othering. It's kind of othering. I think there are safety concerns about any bathrooms that people choose to use in a school. You're talking about in a school?
Yes, in a school, or how at Target they were talking about this and a lot of people were concerned.
I think out in public, people should use whatever bathroom they feel comfortable using, and I think that's fine. In school, a lot of things happen in the bathroom. So I think that there needs to be better bathroom safety in general in schools, because all kinds of things happen in the bathroom, no matter what gender you are. So yeah, I think that students should just be able to use whichever bathroom they want, because that's probably, I think using and there should be some gender neutral bathrooms that students can use. students are gonna have sex in the bathroom or something anyway. Like, it's not like people do things in the bathrooms at schools because they're not well monitored. It's like the only place you can go. So I don't think there's any reason to prevent kids from using the bathroom they feel comfortable using.
Okay. Do you think that someone should have to disclose that they're trans even if they're not comfortable with disclosing it?
To whom? To disclose it to whom?
Like if from my understanding, it's like if you were to come into school and you'd have to like disclose to like staff and I guess like students that you're trans.
No, I think that they should probably, like, I think that the doctor should know. I think that the nurse should know, because those things are important for some people who might be, like, if that person is unconscious or needs medical assistance, that I think those things are important, but I don't think it's everybody's business, and it could put that person at risk.
Okay. How do you feel about the opinion of needing gender dysphoria to be trans?
Can you repeat that question?
How do you feel about the opinion of needing gender dysphoria to be trans, which would then classify transgenderism as being a mental illness, but it's considered needed to get your hormones?
I think that a lot of times people are so discriminatory against people's sexuality and gender that they try to make a bunch of rules about it, and I don't think any of those things make sense. Like, I think it's the same thing with like the argument of are you born gay or not. I think that people only try to make that argument if there's a biological basis, because they're trying to justify their existence to people who say that they don't have a right to exist. And the problem is anybody saying that you don't have a right to exist or to get hormones unless you have you meet some certain criteria. I think the criteria should not be important. I mean, gender dysphoria is an important thing to talk about so that trans people understand that it's something that other people experience and that they have like treatment plans with a therapist to help them to navigate that. I don't think it's anybody else's business whether or not that person is experiencing gender dysphoria, just like it's not my business if you go home and have depression. Like, I shouldn't say, well, if you don't have clinical depression, then you're not allowed to do this, this, or this, and you need to tell me all the business of your inside thoughts. Like, I don't understand that. Okay.
So, only 18 states have banned youth conversion therapy. Maine doing so a week ago, and Delaware banning it just last year. How do you feel about that?
Yes, I think youth conversion therapy should be banned. I think it's abusive to children.
Okay. So, do you think that trans people should have to wear their assigned at birth gendered uniforms? Like, if a girl identifies as a guy, she still has to wear a skirt because she hasn't transitioned yet.
I think even if you're not trans, you should be able to wear what you want. If you're a guy and you want to wear a girl's thing, I mean, all power to you. I don't care what you wear. Just wear what you want.
Okay. Do you think that trans people should have to use their assigned at birth gendered bathrooms in public and at a school?
That depends. If they have already undergone the full sex change, then I feel like they should be able to use their they're the gender that they're identifying as, but if they're still under they, then I think that's kind of, because there's already been news stories about people and stuff about it.
Okay. Do you think that someone should have to disclose that they're trans?
I mean, it's up to
Good.
whoever. It's up to whatever, wherever you're at. Like if Washington says that, then I think it's up to them. I don't think I'm like the government or whatever. It's not. They're not one to interfere with that.
Okay. So how do you feel about the opinion of needing gender dysphoria to be trans?
I mean, that's a fact. I mean, to be trans, you have to have gender dysphoria. That's a common fact. That's a common fact by scientists and all that.
Okay. So, only 18 states have banned youth conversion therapy. Maine doing so a week ago, and Delaware doing it just last year. How does that make you feel?
That's kind of messed up. I mean, if I want to be gay, I should be able to be gay. I don't know what the deal with that is, but